my people, how you doing? I hope you're having a goddamn great day. Season number 2 of the Schalke Career Mode is about to get underway. Now, big business that needs to occur, starting off with our team as a whole. Currently, we have 22 players. Currently. Just taking a look at some of the players that we do have, Callas is set to leave, don't forget that, as well as Grimmel set to join Southampton. But the rest are all here to stay for the long term. I've given Schroeder number 33, as well as at the end of last season, I didn't show it on camera, but Oliver Leitner, I promoted to the first team. He was unhappy and he wanted to potentially cancel his youth contract, so I decided to sign him up. He's showing a great potential, which is also very good. Depending on who we sign in the midfield, we might have to loan him out, but I'm okay with keeping him as well. Now, the next order of business, Wilson Odebear. His deal is set to expire, which is not great. So we are going to, sign him on a permanent basis. As well as Holter. He's set to retire at the end of this season. So maybe as a third choice striker, that's his role for the side. And then Fireman decided to stay for another season. I think he wanted to be a part of the team for the promotional season. And he's here to try and lead us from a veteran perspective, you could say. So he's also set to retire at the end of this season. I also want to say, before we get on any further on into this, I am going to be changing a whole host of numbers and all that good stuff. I don't like Oweyan wearing number 2. It's always been a right back number. I hate the fact that a left back has it. So I'm going to be switching a few things around and changing various numbers. But anyways, let's have a look at the option to buying a young superstar in the making. Okay, so essentially, Odebear is our first signing for both Season 1 and number 2, which is quite crazy to me. But yeah, a 5-year deal. He is going to be important. It's fantastic for us. No release clause is required. That's fine with me. And then 15, you know what? He's going to be one of our top earners. So 15,000. And then we'll give him a fat sign-on bonus of 150. Now, I do know that we start off the season with 35 million, but we will also be getting various amounts of money coming through from the previous sales that we have done. Don't forget, the likes of Lasme, Schallenberg's money will also come through all on the second day of the window. So that transfer budget will definitely be going up. But for now, we are going to be signing on a permanent deal, Wilson Odebear. Welcome back to Schalke 04. A fantastic signing for season number 1. Hopefully in season number 2, he levels up yet again. Okay, well, it's not Wilson Odebear, but it is essentially our first signing of season number 2 on a free transfer from last season. Timothy Fosu-Mensah joining Schalke 04 as a potential right wing back. Now, I'm very excited about this man joining. We all know that the right wing back department, we've got the likes of Aiden, we've got the likes of Brunner, but I think the likes of Timothy Fosu-Mensah could make it his own. And he will not be wearing 24, he might be wearing number 2. But anyways, Wilson Odebear also set to join. So 2 signings down and a few more to go. Okay, so a little bit of a predicament here. I assumed that the 35 million that we initially started off with, there would be more added to it. The sales of Templeman, Lasme, and so on. I thought that their sales would obviously go on top of that. But it seems that their sales from last season were incorporated into the initial budget. And only the sales of Schallenberg and Callas and so on, and Grimmel, let's not forget Grimmel, those sales were only added on to the current budget. So it went down to 30 million, it's back up to 36. But that does mean we have a very, very limited budget. And also, we only have 22 to 23 players in the squad for the upcoming season. So we need to sign some players. We can't really get rid of anyone because everybody at this moment in time is absolutely essential to the success of the squad. We can't have a tiny squad. I mean, I don't mind a tiny squad, but I would prefer a slightly, a beefier squad, we could say. So to start things off with, we've got 36 million euros. Okay, so before we get into any crazy transfer decisions in business, I am going to fire the 1 scout, and I am going to spend more money on a better scout in this man right here, Oliver. I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname, but that means we've got 3 really adequate scouting options that are going to find us some good young talent. Starting off with Oliver, He is going to start scouting in Austria. We found some great success there. So we're going to do it for 9 months. The other, we will scout in Germany, of course. And then for the third option, I'm thinking Sweden. I am thinking Sweden. Where is Sweden? Where is Sweden? There it is. Sweden. Beautiful. 9 months. Okay, so we're scouting in Sweden, Germany, and Austria. Okay, so taking a look at the shortlist, it hasn't really changed that much. There are, more or less the same names on here. I just didn't anticipate having such a little bit of money. So we are going to have to try and stretch that 36 million over a lot of various different positions. Starting off with this one right here. Oscar Wilhelmsen, that's how you pronounce his name. We are going to bring him in. It is a necessity. We're not going to pay the release clause. We can't afford to be doing weird things like that. But we do need an adequate backup striker. And I'm very excited to try out Oscar Wilhelmsen. The initial amount is 3.5 million. We're going to go in with an offer of 3 million. Again, we can't really swap players. We don't have the amount of depth in the squad to go ahead and do that. They've come back with a release clause, but I'm going to drop it a little bit more. I don't mind having a massive sell-on clause, to be honest. If we can try and save as much money as possible on a player like Oscar Wilhelmsen, then that is completely all right with me. I'm just rinsing Darmstadt right now. 1.5 million and a 15% sell-on clause. Okay. You know what? I've rinsed them enough. It's basically daylight robbery at this point. But that's a deal that I am willing to make. 1.8 million for a 70-rated 20-year-old striker. And I do think he's got a massive future with us. Now, the next deal I would like to make is this one right here. Jordan Larson. Obviously, I would have loved to have signed Saul from Juventus, but 25 million euros is insanity at its finest. We don't have the facilities to make a deal like that happen right here, right now. But a Jordan Larson deal could be on the cards. I don't know how much Schalke sold him to Copenhagen for, but again, we're gonna try and save as much money as possible here. 2.8 million. It's 400,000 less. They want the 3.2. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. 2.8 million, and you got yourself a deal. They really want the 3.2 million. Since the last FIFA update, sorry, not FIFA, EAFC update, they have cracked down on the strictness that some of these managers and coaches are, willing to bend to and be flexible with. But there you have it, 2.8 million. We had our price, we got our man, and I really do want to see how good Jordan can potentially be with the side. Okay, now our next target is Ibrahim Sulemana. He's got a value of around 5 to 6.5 million euros. I'm going to try and get it below that, but again, he could be a fantastic talent to try and grow with the side. He will be a foundational piece in our midfield for the future. Okay, I like that we're doing a lot of the business stuff in the office. There's no nightclubs and stuff like that. Claudio Ranieri is obviously the Cagliari coach, so we're going to try and deal with him. I'm going to go with a slightly lower offer of 4 million euros. Come on, Claudio. Okay. Well, you know what that means? We're going to try and lowball them now. 3 million euros and a 6% sell-on clause. Come on. They want 16%. You know what? We're going to go even lower then. 2 million and a 16% sell-on clause. Make it happen. Okay, they've dropped their thing, and they've dropped the sell-on clause down by 1, and they want 2.7. That's brilliant. That's brilliant business if you ask me. We're going to accept that. We're going to go through with it. Sulemana could be part of a fantastic youthful rebuild of Schalke. Okay, now it comes down to the big hitters. I do want Armel Balakotchap. I wanted him in the West Brom career mode. We didn't quite get to that point where we could go ahead and buy him. But he is going to be a part of the Schalke rebuild, and that is for sure. So initially, 10.5 million. That's the amount that they might accept. So I'm going to go with 8. It is a lower offer, but I'm going to immediately offer a 10% sell-on clause. That should be good enough for them to accept. They want 11 with no sell-on clause. Okay, that is scary. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go in with a 9 million offer. It's negotiation tactics. They want 9.6. I'm going to stick with 9, and maybe that can come down just a little bit. It's about penny pinching every single cent. They want 9.5. I'm still going to stick with 9. I'm sorry, I'm still going to stick with 9 mil. No, that's 9.9. 9 million euros. Take it or leave it, buddy. They want, okay, you know what? You know what? I think that's, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've got to save as much money as possible to try and spread out over various different transfers. They want 9.2. Sorry, mate. I'm sticking to 9 million euros. Please, don't do this to me. Don't stall the negotiations. Make it happen. Make it happen. Okay, you know what? We got it down. I can accept that. So we're going to make that deal happen. We're going to go and offer these various players their contracts, but that's 4 incredible signings off the bat that we have made. Okay, now's the moment where we offer the cake and the tea and all that good stuff. So he's wanting a sporadic squad role, which would be perfect, to be honest. A 5-year deal, nothing short of that. Beautiful. And in terms of the release clause, 9 million. No. Denied. Nobody is coming in and stealing Oscar Wilhelmsen from us for just 9 million. What is that? But I do like the fact that he does want a wage decrease, although his signing on bonus and appearance bonus, that kind of covers it, to be fair. But yes, I'm quite happy with those conditions, those terms. Welcome to the club, Oscar Wilhelmsen. Our second signing of the summer officially made. I am absolutely ecstatic about this, player coming in. He's tall, he's strong, he's physical. He's got all the attributes to fit the system, to fit the style of play. He is going to be competing with Mara for that starting number 9 role. And I think that he's got the attributes to maybe even play in a front 2. So maybe a system change at some point in the season could also be a factor in the way we play. But I'm very excited to test out this kid and see how good he can actually be. Okay, as for the likes of Jordan Larson, I would assume he would want an important role. I'm going to offer it to him. He's going to accept that. That's fine. He's happy with that. He wants a 4-year deal. I'm sorry, Jordan. It's 5 or nothing. There we go. He's accepted that. We're very stern with our players. You know what? Because he is 27 and we've paid like 2 million for him, I don't mind adding in that almost 8 million euro release clause. So if a team comes in and they really, really want him, that's fine with me. As for the wage, now you cannot have that wage, unfortunately. I will offer you 15 grand. We're not in the Champions League like Copenhagen. I'll offer you 15 grand with a 150,000 euro sign-on bonus. Will he accept it? He wants more. Okay, we'll remove that and then we'll give you the 18 with the 175. Take it or leave it. He wants 20. No, I refuse. You will not do this to me. No, what am I trying to do here? I want to give him, no, not that amount. There we go. 18, take it or leave it, Jordan. He wants 20. No, you cannot have 20. You know what? You actually might have to give him 20 here. But that's a lot of money, That is a lot of... He really wants the 20 grand. I mean, Fosu Mensah is getting paid 20,000 a week as well. So it kind of fits into like the upper echelon and the fact that we have taken a step up. You know what? We're going to bite the bullet. We'll give you 20 grand with an 80,000 sign-on bonus. Welcome back to Schalke. Let's not forget, he's coming back to the club. And I'm very excited again to see what he can do for this team going forward. Now, we're in the negotiations with probably my number 1 target for the entire career mode, Ibrahim Sulemana. So we're going to offer him a rotational space for now. He's going to, okay, he wants importance. He will be starting most games. We are going to also change him into a central midfielder as well. A 5-year deal sounds perfect to me. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds great to me. No release clause, that's even better for a 21-year-old talent like you. And then there was the price. We're going to offer him 200 grand sign-on bonus with a 10 grand a week wage. No, we can't. We're going to offer him 13. 13 sounds good. 13 and 200. Yes, please. We've got the number 1 target for this rebuild, this career mode. Schalke are in a much better place immediately after the signing. I am so excited about this signing. Like, you have no idea. This was the number 1 target for me in this career mode. He is going to be absolutely sensational. The ability for him to pick up the ball off of the back line, drive it forward, open up and unlock the various defenses. I'm so excited to use him in FC24. Okay, now for Armel Balakotchap, he wants a crucial role. To be honest, he will be one of our highest rated defenders alongside Jordan Torunariga. Pairing those two up, they are going to be 2 absolute beasts in our backline. So he's going to get a crucial role. 5-year deal. Join us for the long term, mate. No release clause required. That's fine. Signing from Southampton as well, so keep that in mind. We built that good relationship with Grimmel going the other way, and obviously Bella Kotchap joining us. He's on 30 grand a week though. I don't like that. We're gonna offer him 25. He will be the highest paid player in the club. 25 and a 300,000 sign-on bonus. He's accepted. It's not exactly Premier League money, but he's back in the homeland. He's back in Germany, and he's gonna help lead a massive giant like Schalke to the very top of German football. Honestly, guys, this is another beast in the backline, another colossus, huge human to help defend the goal. Look, there's the other guy, Jordan Torunariga. He's shaking hands. They are going to form a formidable partnership in the Schalke backline. It's going to be Matriziani, the young buck on the right, Bella Kotchap down the middle, and Jordan Torunariga on the left. And it's just going to be chaos, carnage, anything you can think of. It's going to be craziness. Mara, also very excited to see his former Southampton teammate with him. And we've rolled out the red carpet for Armel Bella Kotchap because everybody knows he's a special talent to have in your club. Okay, so after those 4 incredible signings, even though we penny pinched and did everything, we've only got around 11 million to spend. So we are going to progress into the summer, play those games, and maybe we can make 1 or 2 other signings. Well, we have a massive offer here for the young 21-year-old striker from France in Serko Mara. Now, if we had to just delegate it, we would get around 38 million euros. Do you know what I could do with that money though? But then I'd have to buy another striker to go, you know what? For the first season at least, I'm not going to sell him. We can't really afford to get rid of players like this because we want to try and build the career mode around him. Not necessarily only him, but he is a key figure in what a successful career mode could turn out to be. So we're going to reject all offers. I think this kid is going to be special because when a club like Spurs come in for a young player, you know that they are going to be a very good player. So again, we're going to reject all offers. And because we don't have that much money, selling him for around 2 million, we wouldn't be able to find a player that's either better than him or as the same type of quality as him for our midfield. And again, like I say, we don't have that much money, so we might not be able to replace him. He could be a solid option, a rotational piece in the future throughout the course of our second season. So again, rejecting that offer. We can't really afford to lose many more players. This is an odd transfer offer because they're offering us Mark Travers, a 74 rated keeper who's 25 years old, plus basically 1.5 million for Atabulu. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Again, never going to happen. He is a cornerstone to our team. Oh my goodness me. Eintracht Frankfurt wants Matriziani. They're prepared to pay his release clause of 3.3 million. Why does he have such a low release clause? Do we let this happen? Let's see what the player has to say here. Thanks for seeing me, boss. Look, I'm sorry I have to be telling you this, but I don't see my future here. You know what? If you really want to go, we still need you, but if you really want to go, you can go. I'm not going to stand in your way. It does mean that we do get a bit more money. And that does also mean that now we need to replace Matriziani. Okay, well, that's kind of put a spanner in the works, hasn't it? Because Joel Matip, obviously a former Schalke man himself, before going to Liverpool and finding a whole lot of success, he was a free agent a few days ago. We've bottled it, and he's now signed for Aston Villa. In 80 overall as well. God, doesn't have that much pace though, so is it really a loss? I don't know. But he would have been a perfect replacement for Matriziani. Honestly, he would have. Obviously, we've got a few other players here. I also had Etienne Capoue on the transfer list. God damn it. In terms of the centre-backs, I want to get Schlotzer back. Maybe Ekdal could be an option as well for 5 million. Who knows? Too expensive, unfortunately. Okay, so we are going to just start clearing off some players here. Pine is off. God, I really wanted, that to happen. Okay, well, we'll let things pan out for now and see how things go. I don't know, but this one hurts because I really do like Matriziani. I know for maybe season 3 or season 4, he may have become a bit redundant and we may have gotten rid of him in the end. But for this season, I honestly believe he would have been absolutely important to the side. So losing him is a big blow to the side. I mean, we got an A on the deal, which is great. And actually, Timothy Fosu-Mensah could be an option at converting him into a centre-back on that right-hand side. That could be a very good option, actually. And then we just play the likes of Brenner and Aiden as the right wing-backs. Possibly. Okay, Feyenoord have come in for our backup goalkeeper, Marius Müller. I'm going to outright decline that. He's not going anywhere. In fact, in the next episode, or maybe in the next few episodes, I will look to try and extend his deal. Okay, so Timothy Fosu-Mensah will take number 6. Aiden will take number 2, with the likes of club captain Awian taking number 3. And also, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, I'm going to convert him into a centre-back. I don't think it takes that long. I think, 4 weeks. 4 weeks is not too bad. He's going to slot in on the right of our back 3, with Aiden and Brunner obviously playing as the wing-backs. I'm quite happy with Sulemana to take up the number 8 jersey. That's perfect and fine with me. Although, in order to fit the system, you need to be playing the correct roles. So 61 weeks is quite a while. Hopefully that can, speed up a bit. But he will eventually be a central midfielder. Again, the next signing that we did make was the likes of the right wing. Larson, he can have number 11 as well. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Number 11 is fine. And he will have to become an attacking midfielder. Only 2 weeks, which is also fantastic. He's also left-footed, which is a big attraction to why I did want him. Now, Wilhelmsen taking the number 10 jersey. I don't know, but for now, I'm quite happy with that because I don't really have any other players to come in and possibly take that star-studded jersey. What am I doing? He's just going to take or get trained up with the weak foot. Okay, perfect. So he is left-footed, by the way. He's left-footed, Mara's right-footed. Maybe we test and trial a few different back 3 systems with a front 2 striker tandem. That could also be a great option going forward. Okay, so for our big game ahead, kicking off the preseason, we have a game versus Bournemouth. Now, I am going to go with the full strength team. Everybody's been training very hard, but this is the team that I kind of see shaping up for the actual season as things, progress further forward. Not the highest of rated teams, but everybody's in their 70s. Everybody, can potentially grow a bit more. And we draw 1-1 with Bournemouth. So, a while back, one of you guys suggested signing Kevin Schlotterbeck. I did elaborate on it in one of the episodes after that, and I do like the idea of signing him. One, because of the storylines, Nico Schlotterbeck being his younger brother, playing for Borussia Dortmund, maybe signing the other Schlotterbeck brother, and him playing for Schalke could spice things up a hell of a lot. So, he's got a value of around 7.5 million. Maybe we can get it to around 6.5. I'd be quite happy with that deal. Okay, so let's start negotiating here. And I will also say this, guys. Another reason why I want him is Jordan Torunariga is our only natural recognized left-footed striker. Sorry, not striker, centre-back. We need an adequate backup for him, or if not, a decent starter that can come in and compete with him for a potential starting role. So immediately we're down below 6 million, which is great. We can probably milk this lot properly. 5 million. I know you want to get rid of him as well. So why are we playing games with this? 5 million, 10% sell-on clause. That's how it works. He's 27. You've moved on. You don't like, not that you don't like him, but you don't use him. You loaned him out last season. Come on. Give him to me. Okay, let's say 5.5. If we can agree on 5.5 million with a 10% sell-on, that would be great too. And then that leaves us with around 8 million to spend, and maybe in the next episode we can find somebody else, whether it's in the midfield or in the forward line. Come on, do it. You know what? I don't think they're going to budge, guys. Although 6.5 million was the initial target, we've got it down to 5.7. I'll accept that. You know what? It's a good deal. You know what? I can see the storylines now. Kevin versus Nico. Oh, the derby is going to be sensational. He wants a crucial role. You know what? I'm going to lie to him. He'll be my number 1 centre-back off the bench. He's definitely better than Baumgartel. He's the same as Torunariga. So, also, the confidence in replacing one of my backline players with a Kevin Schlotterbeck, I have full confidence in that. Okay, no release clause. That's fine with me. Now, it does... Oh, the money is beautiful too. The money is great. 20,000 is the max. If he wants 20, that's fine. But he accepts 19. He wants to sign for Schalke. Kevin Schlotterbeck, welcome to the biggest club in Germany. Another fantastic signing to make. I'm so ecstatic about this man coming in. Like I say, the storylines are crazy. Kevin Schlotterbeck, Nico Schlotterbeck of Borussia Dortmund, one's playing for Schalke, the other playing for the big yellows, Borussia Dortmund. And you can see how determined he is to make this work. He didn't have the best time at Freiburg, especially at the end, and he wanted a fresh start, and he's arguably starting or getting that fresh start at a big club. So welcome to the club. I'm so excited to have you here, mate. So I see here that Kevin is wearing number 14. I'm going to change that to number 12. I quite like that. We are also going to give him a development plan so he can obviously try and improve. He'll be the stopper. He's also a very good ball-playing centre-back, which is great too. But so far, things are looking very good for the team. I'm very excited about this team. We've got around 24 players in it, and we will probably be using every single one of them. Okay, so a massive game at the San Siro versus Real Betis. We are going to obviously quick sim it. We quick sim all of our preseason games, and we end up losing 3-1. The youngsters couldn't cope with the outlet that the Spanish big club could throw at us. Anyways, 42% possession, only 3 shots to their 7. God, we need to improve. Okay, for our next game, it's versus Salernitana at the Allianz Stadium. I don't know if that's an in-game stadium for real or if it's just a made-up stadium. But anyways, we are going to be swapping in and out a whole host of different players here. Muller will also start. Brunner will come in for Aiden. And that's another area. Owian is our only recognized left back, so it's another area that we might have to address. Anyways, Oscar will also start along with Karaman coming out for Larson, who's also very close to becoming a natural central attacking midfielder, and Owe Draogo will also be playing. Leitner on the bench. Yeah, let's make that happen. Polter on the bench as well. And Schroeder. Yeah, okay, basically a full rotation here. Quite happy with that. Hopefully, just hopefully, they can get the job done, win the last preseason game. It's all about fitness and trying to, maintain. We lose 3-1 yet again. Wilson with 2 goals and Dia with the first. Owian opened the scoring though. Okay, so our first set of scouting reports have come in. So we start off with Sweden first, and nobody of note to start off with, which is great. Hopefully we can find some bad. Oh yes, please. Yannick Lang. Oh, thank you. He could be a left back. He could actually be a solid left back. We'll have to see how he fares. But off the bat, Germany, you've hit a home run. Okay, now Austria, we struck gold twice last season with Austria. But starting off things, it's a bit cold. Okay, so Yannick Lang, left-footed central midfielder. We are going to be somewhat light in the midfield, but could he possibly be converted into a wing-back? No. That's okay. He is 17. He needs to improve some stuff before he promotes him, but he is a 63 overall, which is also very, very good. We've also got this kid here, Samuel Weber. He could also be a solid centre-back throughout the course of the season. We are going to rely on these youngsters because, like I say, we don't have that much money to spend, and therefore we need to use all the players in the side. So a lot of the young players, you might not think that they would, but they are going to get their fair shot at making a name for themselves with this mighty blue club. So guys, we are going to end things off right here, right now. If you don't mind smashing the like button down below, subscribing if you are new, and please look at that first game in the Bundesliga. An away game to Bayern Munich. Could it get any harder than that? The last season's champions? That's insanity at its finest. So, in tomorrow's episode, we've started off with a massive game versus Bayern Munich, and we might make a deadline day signing or two. So, stay tuned for that. I hope you have a damn great day. I'm out.